Hello, Goodbye Dog by Maria Gianferrari, pictures by Patrice Barton.
Hi friends, today we're starting our summer reading challenge.
Our first book is
Today we're gonna read Hello, Goodbye Dog.
Hello, Moose, said Sarah. There was nothing Moose loved more than hello. Hello was a ride in the car. Goodbye, Moose, said Sarah. It's time for school. Moose put on her brakes. It took Mom and Dad to get Moose to leave. There was nothing Moose disliked more than goodbye. Goodbye was an itch that couldn't be scratched. When Mom checked the mailbox, out soon Moose. It was time to say hello. Two paws patted on the glass. Oh my, said Mrs. Perkins. It's my dog Moose, said Sarah. Hello, Moose,
Hello,
said the class. Was a pat on the head. Dogs aren't allowed in school, said Mrs. Perkins. Moose will be quiet, said Sarah. She loves story time. Moose laid at Sarah's feet and Mrs. Perkins read a story. Goodbye, Moose, said Sarah. Moose put on her brakes. He took Mom and Dad, Zara and Mrs. Perkins to get Moose to leave. Goodbye was being tied up in the backyard. Moose shot through the rope. It was time to say hello. Hello, Moose, cried Sarah. Hello was having a book and someone to read it to you. Dogs aren't allowed in the library, said Mrs. Shen. Moose will be quiet, said Sarah. She likes when I read to her. Sarah read. Kids, listen. Moose's tail swept circles on the rug. Goodbye, Moose, said Sarah. Moose put on her brakes. It took Mom, Dad, Sarah, Mrs. Perkins, and Miss Shen to get Moose to leave. Goodbye was a closing door. Moose pushed through the screen. It was time to say hello. Hello, Moose, said Sarah. Hello smelled like homemade cookies. Dogs aren't allowed in the cafeteria, said one of the lunch ladies. She'll be quiet. I'll just read to her, said Sarah. Sarah read. One kid sat, then another and another until the table was full. Moose's tail thumped on the floor.
What's that dog doing here?
Asked Principal Evans. It's time for goodbye, Moose, said Sarah.
Moose was tired to say goodbye.
A game of tag was on. Principal Evans was it.
Say goodbye.
He is tired of saying goodbye. I think he wants to be with Sarah all the time.
Yeah, but I don't know. But let's read the book now.
Let's see what happens next. Chairs tipped, kids slipped, teachers tripped, trays flipped, and Moose skipped right back to Sarah. Then Moose got tagged. Goodbye, Moose, said Sarah. It took Mom, Dad, Sarah, Mrs. Perkins, Miss Shen, Principal Evans, and the lunch ladies to get Moose to leave. Goodbye was tag without an it. Goodbye was tug and no war. Goodbye was hide without seek. Goodbye was being alone. Ow! Hello, Moose, said Sarah. I know you don't like goodbyes, and I have an idea. Sarah took Moose to therapy dog school. Moose was tested on her temperament, check. On sitting, lying down, staying, check. On being with children, check. On being around wheelchairs, double check, check, check. Finally, Moose was ready. The next day, Moose joined Sarah in the classroom. Hello, Moose, said the class. Mrs. Perkins, Miss Shen, Principal Evans, and all the lunch ladies. Welcome, class reading dog Moose. Today was hello. The end. For Miriam and Oreo, the real life Sarah and Moose. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and ring the notification bell. And if you're in nighttime, good night.